Alrighty, just wrapped up the staircase. Start at the bottom, work my way up. There's gonna be a runner going down, so obviously I only did the edges. It's a waste of time to do everything, plus it gives me a place to walk. This landing has been primed. It will get painted, but we're gonna wait till after the runner gets put on the stairs. Carpet guys may end up kind of inadvertently doing a little bit of damage, so we're just gonna wait until they're done, and I'm gonna do these landings separately. But everything else, spindles, handrails, of course the risers, treads. This is the bottom. That's the beast that did it. Titan 115 with the transfer pump. And from what I understand, transfer pump is not even available anymore, so I'm glad I picked it up when I did. I'm going to a whole story about that because a lot of people don't like them. They are finicky, but once you understand that, they're great. So yeah, I'm here. I was brought in to paint all the wainscoting and all the woodwork everywhere else. There was another company here originally that was supposed to do these stairs. However, after about the first day, the homeowners realized these are not the people they want painting their steps. They actually got out the little mini rollers and started rolling all of these spindles, all the handrails, everything, just using roller and brushes. And sometimes you got to do what you got to do, but to be honest, it was horrible. It was just bad craftsmanship, which is unfortunate. I was brought in after the fact. This job's actually been kind of crazy. Was to do the kitchen cabinetry, and that bid was put in maybe 6 months ago at this point. So what had happened, they had another painter here that was supposed to do all the woodwork and all the walls and ceilings and all that good stuff, but something came up with that guy. It wasn't working out, although he didn't do bad. He just did kind of things weird I wouldn't have done. And so they called me in and said, I know you do cabinets, but do you mind doing, the woodwork and everything in our house? And I'm like, well, sure, that's my bread and butter too. So it's not just refinishing, it's not just faux finishing that I do, but even residential painting. We try to keep, well-rounded. So anyway, going back to the stairs, they had another company in, and I hate to say it because I was working here at the time, and I could see, without overstepping, somebody's toes, I could tell that this wasn't going to go right because these people are kind of expecting a certain type of finish when it's done. For instance, they had brushed all of this, and I mean, brush marks were everywhere. It didn't even look like they tried. So what I had to do is, after they left, the homeowner explained to them that it just wasn't working, and they were nice. The company was nice, but they were a little bit out of their league, I think, and they just could not get the results that need to be had here. So after they left, I took over the steps, stopped what I was doing because we got carpet coming in Monday that's going to put the runner down. So we had to knock this out, and this took about a week, a little bit more. There was a lot of masking off that you didn't see. I had all kinds of masking paper because the wainscoting was already painted. I had already done all of that. So anyway, starting at the bottom, everything's nice and smooth now. I had to go ahead and sand all their brush marks out. I mean, everywhere on the treads, the risers, skirt boards, everything. It was just not in good shape. So after a real good thorough sanding to get everything smooth again, I had to reprime it because I sanded right through their primer or whatever they were using. So this is coming up from the basement again. Everything looks really, really nice. Still afraid to touch it because I just painted that today. But yeah, as you can see, now I already took it down, but you see where I had the floor mast off, and that's my little blower motor exhaust fan. And up until a few minutes ago, we had a zip wall and plastic wall encasing all of this, same way at the top of the steps. And then we had our vent running out the window. So this still needs cleaned up. You can see all the masking paper that's been torn down already, but yeah, these turned out super, super nice. Even better before, you know, it shine and it feels like glass, and that's the way it should be. So, coming up. More wainscoting. Again, all this was painted previously. I had done all of this a few weeks ago, all the wainscoting, bookshelving, but coming all the way to the top. And like I said, we had another zip wall up here closing this side of it. So we had a bubble basically all the way down the stairwell. But everything's so nice now. Looks like $1 million. Or it will. It's getting there. So, unfortunately, this would have been less expensive if they had called me first, or, you know, she didn't know. These people, the company that tried to do these steps, they do have good reviews on Facebook, and they've got pictures, but pictures only going to tell you so much. So I'm still yet to, you know, get anything done in here. And to be honest, I'm going to be painting all this woodwork you see. If it's here, I'm painting at the walls, ceiling, and I'll be doing the cabinetry as well. Eventually, that's coming. And that's what I originally was here to do, was cabinets. But like I said, they had two different contractors, you know, one for do the walls and the rest of the woodwork, baseboards and such. That guy, something didn't work out with him, and definitely the stair people were not working out. They only made it here 2 days, technically 3 days, but the third day is when things came to a head. So, but I'll be painting the sunroom, everything in here, this entire kitchen, offices, the back staircase. Again, this is where the other company got in here, and they were starting to paint, and this is their handiwork. And as you can see, you know, I know, you know, they kind of, it just doesn't look good. It's not the worst, but it ain't the best. You can see this is where I sanded, okay, because they had taken a roller, and that roller will leave stipple. It leaves a texture, and you don't need that on steps. So you can see where I sanded, just to see if I could take out their brush marks. Same goes for, you know, if you look, you see these fat edges. This is where they just roll it with a mini roller, and just, you know, those rollers shed. They shed, and so now you got stuff, but I gotta do this. Eventually I'll be painting up there. So, you know, there's quite a bit to it. That's Henry's cool dog. We'll definitely be painting in here. Like I said, the stairwell kind of was an emergency as soon as that wasn't working out. This room here I've already painted, you know, woodwork, crown, ceiling walls. Everything is going the same color. It's a monochromatic type look, so it's the same color. It's just you got semi-gloss on your woodwork and matte finish on the wall. So it's very nice. And that's the same way this is going to look, especially when they get that runner coming down. So there you go. I'll keep you guys updated.